Alright, here we are with bike build video number 2. I just thought I'd do this before I put all the plastics on and everything so we can see everything. I'm still waiting on some titanium, but other than that, I think I'm pretty much ready to go. A few other things to do. So I've done a video about this. I've customized the ski a bit here and filled these gaps with a hard foam, and then Flex Seal taped them over so they're not catching water that turns to ice, and snow and ice and water and back and forth, and cleaning it out always. I did manage to get some titanium through bolt little axle for the bottom, which is cool. And so got some more titanium going up on the bike. It's looking super good. And these carbon fiber bars are pretty cool. Yeah, this is another one of the products from OEM-dirtbikeparts.com or dirtbikeplug.com. And yeah, it's kind of nice getting the titanium up off all these the weight off of the high part of the bike. I got the Midwest Mountain Engineering easy pull lever. Seems pretty nice. When I do my jumps, I'm usually just holding on for dear life, so I just do a one finger pull, and I'm trying to minimize that as much as possible. And yeah, I think that should help. Every little bit helps. These bars are supposed to absorb some vibrations. You'd think riding around the snow wouldn't be a big deal with vibrations, but my thumb gets numb sometimes. Maybe I'm cramping the grip too much and pushing against that or something. I try not to do that, but it's really annoying when it gets numb. This plastic piece here has a piece that sticks down stock that's made to hold something. I don't know what it's made for, but I just chopped it off to minimize the snow that gets jammed in here when you have to flip your bike over and everything. I don't know, it's kind of annoying. I'll be the first to admit I'm not the best mechanic. The wild Alaskan is probably tired of holding my hand over every stupid thing, but you know, it's just not my forte. But I've managed to figure most of this stuff out. Got my exhaust on complete, titanium, and so the P3 doesn't make a carbon fiber pipe guard for this Yoshimura full titanium exhaust, so I had a choice: either get a stock one or the FMF Mega Bomb one. And I just went with the Mega Bomb because I knew this would be bigger, and it's got this piece. Doesn't really fit perfect. I had to cut this and trim that, but I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's kind of taking up some space out here, but it'll be a good airflow, and it's tight. And so yeah, I think that'll work fine. It's nice having these titanium washers and bolts on there. I got the C3 thermostat, and you know, there's not a ton of room to fit it in here, and I had it was touching the billet aluminum was touching the corner of the head there, so I actually put a glob of high temp gasket sealer just to sort of buffer that, and I don't know, I think it'll work. These are titanium hose clamps as well, and yeah, I like how these new skid plates actually bolt in. I had to cut it on the other side. I'll show you that in a minute. So these pegs also are from OEM-dirtbikeparts.com guy, a titanium specialist, and supposedly these are the lightest pegs in the world, and they're super sharp. And yeah, I don't know, the tie peg pins don't fit in here. They just, the diameter is too big, so I might grind them all around down on the sides. But even the titanium spring is just super wide, like it barely fits in there when it's just relaxed, and when you try to bend it, it pushes out and it's just so tight. I don't know, I couldn't even get it in there. Got a tie spring there, it's pretty cool. Managed to get most of these little M6 bolts done, titanium. Got all these 6-inch bolts titanium. Didn't get to get them anodized blue, but whatever. I went with a remap on the stock ECU with twisted development. I don't know. Some people say, yeah, it's great. Some people say, no, it doesn't do anything. I don't really know. I don't know how this stuff works. I'm just trying to get as much power as I can. There were some gaps I couldn't make last year, and all these big jumps, like, you know, climbing forever, third, fourth gear, trying to, you know, get a big jump off the top of these big uphill climbs. I just need all the power I can get. So hopefully that helps. Taking all the weight off, you know, should help. This is the steel I've pulled out of the kit so far. I mean, and the bike. I mean, look at that. That's insane. So half of that weight's going away, plus more to come. And then these stock pegs, I mean, they must be steel because they're super heavy. I don't know. I don't really like the style, and they're super heavy, so pretty happy with these. I think they're going to be great. Mtn.Top helped me get into this. This is a dream come true for me to have a brand new bike. I've never had a brand new bike, and you know, to be able to have all this aftermarket stuff that's so expensive. I mean, I didn't think I'd have the money for this, so it's going to be a big theme in my next full-length movie this year. So I'm doing like Jared Stone with 2 filter skins over the airbox filter cover. I don't know. I usually just run this loose one, but last year on my older bike, I had some air get in there. I didn't have quite the best seal, and the thing was kind of, the secures it in there was kind of loose, and you know, I greased it. But so I bought these tighter ones. So I got the tighter one under there, and then I got this loose one. I did have to cut on the Husqvarna. Apparently the gas ones you don't have to, but I had to cut this, you know, stock airbox that was jammed right into this frame. So I cut that, and I put some foam in there to block most of that, with a little hole left to drain. That's what I did last time, and it worked good. Here's where I cut the skid plate so that I could, you know, pull this oil, do an oil change without taking the skid plate off. And what I do is, since I hang the back, I can lift up the back and angle the whole bike so it's like at a 45-degree angle, and then I just cut a piece of toilet paper cardboard tube in half and stick it in here and make it just come out over the edge, and I can not make a mess inside the skid plate and everything. I don't know, this bike, the engines sit down in there low with the frame, so I don't know if that's going to work this year, which will be annoying, but whatever. I had to cut this here too as well so I could get the oil filter out. Yeah, so what else? This new Mtn.Top this year, it's a little different mounting system. I was just gonna say, the way the instructions are, they have you measure this distance inside here for these legs that connect in here, and they have these little spacers that fill the gap, so it's a real tight fit. But I mean, I don't know, if you don't get your measurements just exactly right, it doesn't quite fit in there. So I had to loosen them up so you could shift them a little bit and get them in there. So I don't know, I would say, you know, leave them a little loose, and then, you know, get them in there and then tighten them down, even though it's kind of, you can only get a little bit, but you can do it. Yeah, so anyways, that's the bike before the plastics and the graphics and the rest of the titanium. And yeah, so praise God, it's looking good, super pumped, can't wait to ride this thing, but it's gonna be a while.